Don't worry, we're not in the jungle. We're just on the balcony again because it's pretty outside. Isn't it? Look at the trees. It reminds me of something my friend Cole from Martin used to do. Remember that? I'm sorry. Hey, it's me, Laia. I know you can't tell by the hair, but welcome to the buzz. Hey, everybody. I figure since it's a beautiful day and some of y'all ain't going outside, I'm going to make you by coming outside with me and Antonio. So, all right, so listen, you guys. It's daytime now, but tonight we have things to look forward to. We have assignments, okay? Right, Antonio? Now get on your TiVo, get on your DVR, because we got number one. What we starting with? Teen Choice Awards we starting with on Fox. Now, for some of us, we ain't going to watch it, but that's all right. Then, at 9 o'clock, we got Diddy, right? On VH1. On VH1. And then, at 10:30, we got Luke on VH1. Then, in between that, Weeds is on at 10. And then, I feel like I'm missing something else, but I'll remind myself. I don't know.
New York show come on tonight, too.
What show?
New York,
the joint where
her Hollywood show.
Shut up. I don't know about that. Antonio said that I Love New York, that show with her trying to work in Hollywood comes on, but I think they need a little bit more pub for that. I don't think we're ready for that. I don't know. We're going to check the local listings. Either way, Diddy and Luther and Weeds is definitely going down. Hey, listen. Speaking of TV, I forgot to say this in the buzz today, but for all my L Word watchers, because I know you're out there, how about, what's his name? Rockman Dunbar is going to be new on the new season of the L Word. Y'all know him. He the dude from Soul Food. He played, what's his name? Husband.
Melinda Williams.
Melinda Williams. No. He wasn't Bird's husband.
Oh, no, he wasn't.
He was Vanessa Williams, the Browns give Vanessa Williams' husband on the TV show. Yeah, pause, so you don't even know. Ain't that him? I hope that's him. If not, it's all right, because he's still a black man that we know from TV. He might be the real husband of the other Vanessa Williams in the movie. Am I confusing you now? Either way, he's playing a drag queen, and he's falling in love with Pam Grier. What? I know. I'll be watching too. All right, something else that I had to discuss. Let's see what we have here. Hey, Missy Elliott says she's not having no kids, at least not the natural way. She said because it's too painful, she wants to adopt. I happen to think because one way requires a penis. It's all right. It's not a bad word. It's, health class. Penis. All right, so listen. There are a number of albums I'm looking forward to. By now, you know I'm looking forward to Neo, because we talked to him last week. Talked to John Legend. Looking forward to that. But how about Big Boy from Outkast? Yeah, you forgot. Because although we're not getting an Outkast album, Big Boy is putting out a new album. It's called Sir Lucius Left Foot, the son of Chico Dusty. I don't know what that means. But I do like how he's saying this album is going to go. Because unlike some albums, this actually has a direction. He says it's going to be like a lot more political. The new single that he has out is with him and Mary J. Blige. It's called Something's Gotta Give. Now, he says he has other things on here that are talking about the rising price of gas, war in Iraq. And then he said the video has Hill Harper. On a side note, did you know that Hill Harper was here this weekend? And you know what's funny about that? My mama had called me like a month ago, just out of the blue, and she was like, "Hey, you should find Hill Harper because he's single." And I was thinking, you know what, he is, but I interviewed him before, and he went to school Barack, and he got everything straight, so maybe he's not straight. Well, come to find out he is straight, and he's also friends with our friend Janita Applebaum, and he was here this weekend. Do you think that Janita made it happen for me to meet him? Nope. She talking about gonna call me at 12:30 on a Saturday, like, "Oh, we at G Lounge." Well, I'm at Palmer's. You know I do that every Saturday. Okay, that was a complete side note. Anyway, he's in the video, and so is John Legend. And I like what Big Boy says. He says, "I chose this song first because being in the game, I feel a responsibility to entertain, but also to lecture about life." I don't know about lecture about life, but I like that he's speaking about life. He said, "I'd rather get people to vote instead of running people to the strip club." Say word. We could just get half of our rappers to think that way. We'd be coming a long way. We probably wouldn't have an hour-long episode of CNN Black in America. Listen, word on the street is that Rock the Bells went down in New York over the weekend, and that Nas brought Jay-Z. All right, he too dead. Anyway, I'm just joking. Anyway, also today, if you don't know, very big day. Why? Because your president's birthday is today. Yes, Barack Obama. Who do you think I was talking about? Him, Biz Markie, he's turning 48, by the way, Barack Obama. Well, they say he's turning 47, but I think it's 48. Who else? Billy Bob Thornton, Richard Belzer, because we love him from Law & Order, SVU, not SUV, but not Criminal Intent, because I like that too, because that's the girl from Oz, and Louis Armstrong. Isn't that interesting, all the people born on that day? Now, speaking of old folks, Diana Ross, she a little older, you know. How about her daughter? Did y'all know that she has, like, Diana Ross has, like, I want to say 4 daughters and 2 sons, I think, maybe 3 daughters. But anyway, one of her daughters, not Joan from Girlfriends, but Chutney. She's like a socialite in LA. You know, she hangs out with Lindsay Lohan and all of them. So anyway, she was in a car accident over the weekend. And shout out to TMZ because they have footage of, you know, them actually picking her up, put her into the ambulance. And of course, who do they have footage of? Walking in the hospital back and forth all nervous? Tracy Ross, because it was her little sister. You do know that their older sister is the daughter of Diana and Barry Gordy, and used to be on the soap operas back in the day. I wish I could remember her name, but she is the only brown-skinned sister with locks. Yes, she is. Louis Vuitton. You ain't got to walk away to laugh, Antonio. If I made it funny, it's a funny. Louis Vuitton. Okay, so listen to this, y'all. All right, so you know how sometimes we watch videos and we'll see like a Louis Vuitton. I don't know. We was talking about it earlier, Antonio. Give me
steering wheel.
A Louis Vuitton car. Like for instance, there was a car that Britney Spears drove and it had Louis Vuitton. So I'm sure when we saw the video, we was like, damn, she got her a Louis Vuitton version of the joint or whatever. Then there was another situation where the brat had like a Louis Vuitton beach ball. So she was like, ooh, where can I get that beach ball? Probably on the joint with her and Tyrese when they was in the bathing suits. Then it wasn't just her. It wasn't just those two. Oh, Ruben Studdard on his album. Remember when you bought his album? It had all the Louis Vuitton logo on it, and you was like, "Damn, how he do that?" Well, all that was done illegally. Cause guess what? Like Louis Vuitton said, and I quote, "We don't make dashboards, dog." Yeah. Now they had a lawsuit against all three of those people, Britney, Ruben, and the brat, because basically their logo just be floating around. They're like, "Yo, we don't just misrepresent us." So now they're coming out and saying that, and now people have to be very, you know, careful with how they use the Louis Vuitton name. They got $300,000 for that. I thought that Louis Vuitton would have got more. You know what I'm saying? Because that's a big deal. P.S. So while I was very excited to get my Italian Vogue, I still am. I just realized something very important about my Italian Vogue. It's in Italian! So that means that I can't read the Tyra interview. I can't read the Jay-Z interview. I was like, oh, I'm so excited. And I wonder what they talking about. Reese and Jake are not getting married. They said that was not true. And Angelina and Brad, you're going to see their kids on the cover of the New People magazine as well as Hello. And they got paid $14 million for those pictures. And yes, that money's going to charity. But my question is, what charity? Because after you get $14 million, are you still a charity? I think so. Don't forget tonight, you guys, Team Choice. This will make you want to watch right here. Check out Little Mama's outfit. Just look at the outfit. Now see how Jordan Sparks, there she is, looking nice, cute, and with a little Africa shirt on. Now look at Little Mama. Now, of course, I've come to my own theory that ever since Little Mama's mom has passed, that her fashion sense has just not been right. We all need that guidance by our mamas, after all. Because obviously, Mariah didn't get hers. This is how you'll see her tonight. And granted, it's nothing technically wrong with this outfit, but let me ask you. You're 43 years old. When does it stop? And while I might be exaggerating on the 43, she is touching on 40. I'm just saying. Even Jay-Z grew up. Oh, tomorrow. Listen, so on tomorrow's show, because I think the buzz is way too long now, I have more stories, but I can't. Oh, should I tell them the Barack in St. Petersburg story real quick? Okay, let me just say this Barack story. So do y'all know on Friday, Barack was doing this speech in St. Petersburg, Florida, and he got heckled? Yes. He got heckled not by white folk, not by women, but by black folk and a couple white women. Actually, some people in, I was hearing on, well, I ain't even gonna tell you where I got it, but I actually heard that this might have been a setup, you know, to distract people because St. Petersburg is definitely McCain territory. But then when I was reading the story, I was like, maybe not, because I know a lot of black folks do have this question. All right, so he's at the joint, he's making a speech, and somebody yells out, "What about the black community, Obama?" And so the Obama supporters, they start chanting, "Yes, we can," to kind of like over talk him, like, "Yes, we can." But then Barack comes back and says, "You know what? Address your question. Ask me again." And so the dude comes back and he's like, "Why is it that you have not had the ability to not at one time speak to the interests and even speak on the behalf of the oppressed and exploited African American community or the black community in this country?" And it's a question that a lot of black people have. I know when he came to Philly, everybody was like, well, he went to the Italian market, he went there, but why didn't he go to North Philly, South Philly to see the black folk? Well, of course, Barack got the right answer for everything. This is what he says. He said this to the man. He says that that the man was misinformed. He said that he also noted that he condemned predatory mortgage practices, which hurt African Americans. He also said he had spoken out on various civil rights causes and was a civil rights lawyer who passed the first racial profiling legislation in Illinois. I swear, if you're going to answer something, that's the best way to answer it. But still, I want to know when he comes to South Philly and North. I'm still voting. I still want to know when he comes to South Philly, North Philly, Southwest. You know, St. Louis is pretty bad right now, you know what I'm saying? But he got to wait because he got to please the black folks. They already think he got our vote. I'll wrap up the buzz on that note, but don't forget, you guys, that Morgan Freeman was in a serious accident today, and I just want to let you know he's 71 years old, and they say he's in still serious condition. So go support Dark Knight and Wanted, because he's in both. And Janelle Monáe on the Music Moment tomorrow. Yeah, rock out. Okay, I'm done.